going on again, guys? Day 11. Okay, sorry it's a little bit darker now. It'll get light again, I promise. And again, I'm doing this at night because this morning I was in a really big rush to work. I was a little bit late. Had a little bit of problem with my cat last night. My cat's been really been doing a lot of really strange things, so I had to deal with that. And this morning, you know, he kept me awake for a long time last night, so I slept for a while and then I almost overslept, so I was in a rush most of the morning. But anyways, here I am now, and actually it's very cold tonight. It hasn't been this cold, I don't think, since winter time. So sorry, I don't have actually anything prepared for today except for my light sweater. Okay, so today I'm just gonna talk quickly, not gonna talk very long because I'm getting cold and I didn't start it right away. I ended off by saying Korea had a lot of energy, and God, I'm trying to talk about this while I'm freezing my ass off. Okay, Korean energy. You know, I was talking about how it was very vibrant culture, and it was one of the things that kind of really was attracting me in the beginning. You know, when I got to know a little bit more about it. As I said before, the food was one of the big influences of me liking this culture. And again, like I said, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. If you start liking a culture because of their food, I think that's a pretty good way to start, because you get to know a lot about a country through their food. And Korean has some amazing food, let me tell you. It has some really great food. It doesn't matter what it will be. Almost everything that I've had here is delicious or is full of flavor in some form of way. Yeah. Holy shit, tonight is cold. I don't know why I'm complaining. I can't even see my breath yet, but I'm not used to this right now. It's been hot. So, yeah, so anyways, food got me into the culture, and also the energy and the another thing that okay, it's gonna be dark for a while, so I apologize for this. One thing that got me into culture as well is their kind of obsession with computerized things, or electronics for that matter. You know, the country itself is technologically just above and beyond many other countries. I would even say most parts of the US as well. They're just technologically very advanced and very have a high standard for technology, so it's really cool to see. Sometimes their obsession with technology is kind of overshadowed by their kind of, sometimes, I'm not saying always, but sometimes lacking of you know, good design. In the newer cities, you know, you'll see a lot of places with good design. That's really cool. But in general, like, technology is a really big thing here, especially when it comes to like the Internet of Things here in Korea. Like I talked about in other videos, the internet here is just absolutely insane. Because it's just really dang fast. It's really fast. So, that said, I'm gonna cross the street really quick. So Korea, for all of those reasons and many other reasons, is why I really got into the country, really got interested in the culture. You know, if for whatever reason you get into like another country's culture, I just advise that you kind of think about what it is that made you interested in it, because usually the thing that interests you in the first place is probably the most pure thing. Not always, but I would say, you know, if you like a country for whatever reason, or like a culture for whatever reason, that's fine. Even if it's a reason that's not necessarily popular or is extremely cliche. If you like a country for cliche reasons, for example, a lot of people love Korea for like K-pop or K-dramas or something like that, and you know, I personally believe that's okay. You know, it's fine as long as you don't assume that everybody out here is like those things. It's the same thing with like Japan and anime. It's like, as long as you know, have the underlying assumption that people aren't all like that, you'll be fine. All right. And the same thing goes for Korea, and the same thing goes for any country for that matter. You know, I wouldn't want you know, these Asian countries looking at America and thinking that we're all just like cowboys with cowboy hats and, you know, live home on the range type of thing. That would be really stupid, because none of us are really like that, except for maybe Texans. Ha, Texans. Anyways, that's all for this video. I think I talked enough about, you know, my things I like about Korea enough at this point. Start kind of talking about maybe a little bit more political things than I usually did before. I really just wanted to talk about the sole reason why I like this country, and that's kind of taken me 10 days to do. So yeah, I'll kind of start diving into a little bit more maybe controversial stuff, because it'll be kind of an interesting topic. Kids messing around on his bike. So anyways, that's all for now, guys. That's day 11. I think I said 10 days earlier, but that's day 11. Have a good night. Bye bye.